Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Guilty Crow Tarot. I am your anxious reader, Rachel, and we are going to do your weekly reading to make sure that we can get through that week and manage our anxiety. So we're going to see what's coming up. I am actually using my Tarot for Kids. I believe it's Teresa Reed that did this deck, and it's quite nice, and I can see why it would be for kids. It's nice and gentle. I have to be honest, when I get some people in that I think are a little nervous to tarot, I do use this tarot deck. It seems to be a little bit less scary for some people. And I'm also using my Mother Mary Oracle, and one of my good friends, Don Drew, bought this for me. I love it. I use it very often. And I thought, as we go into this next season, right, the holiday season, I figured the Mother Mary would be a nice addition. And if you're looking to introduce your kids to tarot, this is actually quite a nice deck to do that with. No scary pictures, everything's super gentle. I thought maybe after this Halloween week, we could use a little gentle. Okay, so let's get right into this reading this week, and we will see a couple things that are coming in that we might have to deal with and how we're going to get through it. And we get the Page of Wands in reverse. So you're feeling like you're not in control of kind of what's going on around you right now. This could have to do with a younger person. I feel like this might be the continuation of either this from last week with this younger person or this person who's a little emotionally immature. Okay. It could also be something new that you're trying to work on. It feels like it's not coming to fruition quite as much as fast as you want it to. And I feel like there could be a couple of hands in the pots on this one. Somebody may be trying to take over. And we get the Four of Cups. So there's definitely something about this situation that you're missing, okay? Somebody is trying to show you something, and I feel like there's a piece that you're not looking at, okay? So I feel like if it does have to do with that younger person or the emotionally immature person, this is the week where they try to come forward and show you what's really going on with them. I do remember from last week how we had some issues with them hiding some emotions, and I feel like this might be the week where they reveal that to you. As far as any new project or anything that you have going on with this Page of Wands in reverse, there is a piece to the puzzle that you're missing. And I think if you sit back and kind of look at the situation, that might help. Okay. We get, it's called the Patience card, and it's in reverse. This is the Hanged Man in reverse. So this is where we're going to actually make that decision to move forward. You've seen everything that you needed to see with this situation, and now is the time to take that step, okay? So even though things feel like they're not moving forward, sitting around and waiting and seeing what happens with that situation will then prompt you to have the best idea of how do you move forward. And it will indeed be time to move forward with that, okay? Then we get the Balance card in reverse. This is also Temperance in reverse. So I feel like even though you have the right ideas now and you see things in a different way, and you know it's time to move forward, it's going to feel uncomfortable, okay? We have to be, again, comfortable in feeling those uncomfortable feelings. So this is some situation that's going to really put you off kilter. And I feel like that continues on right down through the week, okay? So this will be something that definitely throws you. And we get the Wheel of Fortune as well in reverse. That light is bright. So again, you're making strides and you're moving forward, but things aren't going to be moving forward quite the way you want them to with this situation. Okay. So that's okay. Just know that I feel like this is a spinning wheel a little bit. And with the only card being upright is the Four of Cups, I think it's time to, even though you're moving forward with that Four of Cups, I feel like it's time to look at your emotions and what emotions are playing into this situation. Are you feeling too over emotional with it? Do you feel like the person is not giving you enough? Do you feel like you don't have enough to really go on? Do you not know the whole situation? It's just going to really feel very uncomfortable this week. Okay. So that's okay, because I feel like we're in this in between kind of feeling. This week, to me, when I kind of sense into it, is kind of like a swirling motion, like where you see in the creeks where the water's just going round and around. That's okay, because sometimes we just need weeks where there's just not a lot going on in that sense. So be easy and be restful with that. Okay. Let's just take one of the Mother Mary cards and see, what kind of advice she's giving us this week, because this situation is definitely not going your way. And we get Our Lady of Divine Presence. And I really love this card because the card speaks all about how, we think our lives are going to go a specific way. And, opening up to that divine presence means that we're really supposed to be going in a different direction. Okay. I think I spoke last week as well about how God's rejection is God's protection. And I really see this as a continuation. So trusting that if the path is not opening the way you want it to open, you have to let that be okay, and almost let it be like a surprise, like Christmas. What is the universe trying to bring me, right? What is God trying to bring me? And, look at it that way. Sometimes we think we know best, and we really don't, because we are seeing this way, and spirit and the divine can see everything from a higher perspective. So trust that if we've done everything we can to continue on this path and it's just not working out, then that's a sign it's not supposed to work out. Something better is coming, something bigger is coming. This is where maybe, we've talked about purpose. And I know a lot of people want this bigger purpose, and that's great. Maybe this is leading you to that bigger purpose to show you where you're really supposed to be and on what path. Okay. So that's a really big chunk. So if things are not working out the way you want them to, either with somebody else or, just in something that you were trying to create, look at the signs. It's okay. See maybe where the emotions are getting you into some trouble, and just know that you're not alone. The divine is looking over you and helping you get through things. Okay. And I just want to say at this point that if you find these videos helpful, please like and subscribe and share with somebody that you think could get benefit from these, and I would be so eternally grateful. So we also get the Emperor card, and this is we'll look at something else that's coming in. So the Emperor is all about taking control, and you could be dealing with somebody higher up, or somebody who is in charge. And so it's really funny because, with the Page of Wands in reverse, you're not really being able to be in charge, but you're going to be dealing with somebody who is in charge this week. Okay. And just be careful, because even though this person presents to be, I know everything, I know what I'm dealing with, and I know all about my situation, we get the Magician in reverse. So this shows me that this person might not have the best intentions for you in mind. So keep that in mind. And it's funny because anybody who's going to get their car fixed this week, keep in mind that I'm feeling like there's an automotive person who's going to be trying to sell you a little too much. you know, be careful when they're looking under the hood, that they're not trying to scam you. And I'm not sure why I keep seeing an automotive person. I apologize if anybody is an automotive person out there, but and we get the Empress, and so that's funny too with the automotive thing, because the Empress in reverse is not feeling abundant. So you might have to spend a little bit of money this week. The Emperor could also be a lawyer or a police officer. And so be careful if you're speeding this week. Keep it easy in the cars. I'm really getting a car sensation going along with this for all of you who drive. And we get the Knight of Cups. So I feel like if you do get into this bad situation, be kind to that person through it. I feel like that's going to be how you get through that situation a little bit easier, right? We catch more flies with honey. So keep in mind that offering kindness is going to help you through this a little bit. And we also get the Page of Coins. So I do think that this is going to cost you a little bit of money. And even though, it is your fault, it's your fault, okay? Be careful. Just be careful somebody's not trying to scam you out of money. It could be anywhere, right? Although I am feeling, like I said, the automotive thing pretty strongly. I'm also feeling like if somebody gets pulled over by the cops, your best way to get through this is going to be with the kindness, but I feel like you're still going to get that ticket. Okay. So let's just see what the divine presence here has to say. And that's perfect. We get Our Lady of Truth. And I love that we get that card, because not only is it about being, look for the truth in other people and make sure that they're telling us the truth. It's all about being honest with ourselves. Did we screw up? Did we speed? Did we get the speeding ticket? Bringing that honesty forth in yourself, you will attract people who are honest around you. Always keep that in mind. But look for, make sure you're looking that other people around you are being truthful. Okay. You're also going to be going through some changes, and upheaval a little bit with this card, because it does speak to, leveling up and raising your vibration. And that does come with, always some upheaval. Okay. A little chaos and conflict. So let's look at one more thing that we could be having anxiety about. And we have the Star here. So there's something that you've been looking forward to, that you've been wishing for. It could have something to do with, healing and health. And we get the Chariot. So this situation that you've been looking forward to with the Chariot, it does seem to be delayed. This is going to be a kind of a crappy week as far as anxiety goes. But I feel like if you just, let that energy flow and just kind of go with it, fighting those energies always makes everything worse, right? Let's just wait for everything to heal. So with that Chariot in reverse, you're going to have a difficulty making decision. You're going to kind of feel like mind, body, spirit isn't really together. If you were hoping to be over that cold quicker than you actually are, that could be one of the issues as well. And we get the Hermit. So the Hermit's saying, rest, go inside, take a peek. What worked for you before? That's going to be an important key for this, right? I am feeling, and I don't like to diagnose illnesses or anything like that, but I am feeling that people are going to feel a little under the weather this week, whether you be tired or, getting all the multitudes of colds or illnesses that are around. So just know that, light a candle, sit and relax, watch your television, ease up a little bit. And we get the Seven of Wands in reverse. Yes, this is a time to not fight. This is a time to sit and rest and relax. Okay. Not a good time to be, making a lot of movements, or feeling defensive and thinking that you have to tackle 15 projects today. This is not a good week for that. Okay. One more card, and we get the Five of Coins, which can like literally mean that physical health could be in a little discord. So just keep an eye on that cold. If you don't feel good, rest. I feel like that's going to be coming towards the end of the week. The feeling of not feeling well. Okay. So just be careful of that. Do a lot of self-care this week. When we are not feeling well too, I really like that Seven of Wands, because not only are you supposed to sit and rest, but your body can't heal when it's in fight or flight. Your body can't heal when it's in stress. So keep that in mind. Resting and relaxing is not something that's a luxury. That's something that actually helps your body rest. You could take 50 different medications, but unless you go into that rest and relaxation, that's going to really put it over the illness mountain. Okay. And let's just see what she's got to say. And we get Our Lady of Manifest Miracles. So I think that this card is really interesting because this Lady of Manifest Miracles talks all about, allowing things to move through you, allowing the divine to move through you. So, when you are inspired to, plant a garden, when you're inspired to open the door for somebody or drop off some clothes at your local shelter or something like that, that's that ripple effect that we can help others with, right? That's the divine speaking through us. And that's why I say that on a daily basis, we have a purpose, right? Again, we always think of this big, huge one, and that's fantastic, but we have smaller purposes throughout the day that, we don't know where those things reach to, those little wisps of energy, where do they end up and who are we actually helping? So I feel like if you are feeling a little down in the dumps or not feeling well this week, I feel like it's the universe trying to slow you down so that you can actually, sit and meditate a little bit. Again, I know you guys are probably so sick of hearing me say, if you just shut the heck up, good ideas can come through, but we're so worried about, going and letting our minds just wander to, every 50 things that we have to do. So sometimes when we feel under the weather, we do just sit down and we do kind of cocoon. And I feel like some of these good ideas are going to be manifesting through that situation. So, you don't need to get sick in order to get these great ideas. So maybe you could head it off a little bit by just doing a short, not even a meditation. I like it always. I say I talk to the divine or I talk to spirit, and I will, quiet my mind by staring at a candle, or zoning out the window and just allowing, that conversation in my head to go on that's not involving what I'm having for dinner this week or how much laundry I have to get done or anything like that. So that, you could just go right for that Lady of Manifest Miracles right there and get those good ideas. Hopefully the universe takes the illness away. But just know, feeling under the weather a little bit, it might just happen, but okay, let's just pull one more card from the Mother Mary Oracle since I love her so much. And let's see what we get. And we get Our Lady of the Abundant Garden. And I love this card for this week because I feel like everything I spoke to in the card seems super negative, right? But this card is to remind you that even though we go through tough times, we, need to stop and really look and see how much we actually do have. How lucky are we even just to live, the way we're living? The grocery stores down the street, even though the prices are ridiculous right now. I'm hoping that most of you are not going to bed hungry. There's heat in your house, you have a bed, you have clothes, you have a job. Let's look at the good stuff too. So we tend not to do that when we go through turbulent times of struggle or strife and things get uncomfortable. really turning back and saying, you know what, though, you know, thank God that Grubhub delivered my pizza today. That's, that's a really good, privilege. I mean, most of us live a very healthy, happy life. So look to that, right? And I'm going to just read this one line in this book because I'm, if you have read with me, you know that I'm like a freak for the guidebooks. I love them. Um, and it says, she is asking now that you recognize that your fears are habit rather than a reflection of a reality in which you must fear. So replay that part because that one really got me when I was reading the book, that we need to recognize that our fears really can sometimes just be a habit, and it really isn't a reflection of what's really actually going on our lives, right? So that's something to really ponder this week. I think that, looking at where you're blessed definitely makes things feel better. So I hope this reading was really good for you. I'm sorry if it felt a little negative this week, but let's just go right back with that Lady of the Abundant Garden and just know that every day, is not a terrible day. We can get through it. You've gotten through how many days before this, right? So look to that. And when things feel bad, have I gone through something like this before? And I'm going to probably get through it again. And look to the people around you, which is why I think it's so important to be helpful and a giver, because in your times of need, people can turn around and help and give to you as well. And they could just come out of the blue. You don't even know who's actually going to be that person there for you. Okay. So you guys have a great week. I will see you next week, and I hope you had a wonderful Halloween, and mwah, love you guys. Thank you.